everyone, thank you so much for tuning in, and welcome to this week's episode of What Happened in the DSE. My name is Aisa Omari, and together with my colleague Emmanuel, we will be taking you through what happened in the equities market, the Treasury bond market, and the corporate bond market. As per always, let us begin with the equity market. Shares traded during the week amounted to 953.03 million Tanzanian shillings. The graph you see in front of you just gives us a breakdown of this amount traded each day during the week. Now, going specifically into how many shares are traded during the week, which can also be referred to as the volume of shares traded, we find that there were 1,671,996 shares traded during this week. And you know what else? Something of equal importance is to know exactly which companies were traded the most during the week. These are our weekly top movers, people. You'll notice that we attach the closing prices as per day as well. At number 1, we have Nmb Bank PLC. The total shares traded were 1,352,193, which is around 81% of the total volume traded for the week. That's a lot. At number 2, we have Nmb Bank. The total shares traded were 236,274, which is around 14% of the total volume traded for the week. And finally, at number 3, we have Tanga Cement Plc. Now, these are the people that brought to us Simba Cement. The total shares traded during the week were 56,709, which is only 3% of the total volume traded for the week. Moving on, we have this table which shows us the specific daily price changes for companies during the week. Now, we can still notice this week that Nmb is dropping as a continuation from last week due to the release of their very impressive third quarter financial statements. Now, there are current shareholders of Nmb who are taking the opportunities of more investors demanding these shares, and so they're selling off their Nmb shares. And also, obviously, there's another group of investors who are demanding Nmb shares because they see just how well Nmb has performed this quarter. We also see CRDB with a slight price change as well, but this is relatively normal as CRDB shares have always had consistent changes or always experienced some kind of volatility with their share prices. Now, this week, other local companies experiencing price changes include Yatu, our beloved DSE itself, as well as TPCC, all with the drops on Thursday. And so, in a nutshell, as we can see from the table, most of the changes this week were from cross-listed companies from the Nairobi Securities Exchange, including EABL, JHL, NMG, and KCB. Okay, and this other table in front of us gives us the closing prices as at the end of the week, which is Friday. Now, we also have another column showing us the total price change in Tanzanian shillings as well as the price change in percentage. And this basically gives us how much the price has changed for specific company shares during the whole week. And now this table basically gives us a perspective on how we ended last week and so how we're going to begin on this week. And now, everybody, we have company news in which Emmanuel will be taking us through. Welcome, Emmanuel.
All right. Thank you very much, Aisa. Now moving on to company news. So most of us know that agriculture is the backbone of our country's economy. Well, a certain Nmb Bank PLC has been making moves towards increasing its influence on the agriculture sector. Last week, the bank has revealed to the public about a 460 billion shilling or a $200 million facility, of which $100 million or 230 billion shillings was from the United Nations Green Climate Fund, GCF, and the rest of it was contributed by the bank. The purpose is for financing climate resilience and adaptation projects in the country, particularly in the agricultural sector. Now, if you're wondering what is the Green Climate Fund, now this is the world's largest climate fund mandated to support developing countries raise and realize their nationally determined contributions, ambitions towards low emissions and climate resilient pathways. Now, CRDB submitted a proposal to the GCF named the Tanzania Agriculture Climate Adaptation Technology Development Program, TACADTP. Wow. And it had been approved earlier in October 2021. The proposal was developed as a part of the bank's broad sustainability strategy, in which the bank aims to play a bigger role in mitigating the impact of climate change in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. The program's expected lifetime is about 20 years and it targets to reach over 6 million beneficiaries through transforming the country's climate financing processes to better address climate adaptation in the agricultural sector of our beloved country Tanzania, and this program is expected to be rolled out as of early next year. Well, I would say thumbs up to CRDB on this.
Okay, thank you so much, Emmanuel, for your ever so energetic commentaries. All right, guys, now that the equities portion is over, let us zoom over to the Treasury bond section. Now, the first thing to know is how much was traded in total during the week. So, the value of Treasury bonds traded during the week amounted to 58.38 billion Tanzanian shillings. And this graph that you see just gives us a breakdown of how much of that value was traded during the days of the week and which specific Treasury bonds were the ones that were traded with their corresponding coupon rates. Alright, so this week mostly belonged to 20-year Treasury bonds, and these offer a coupon rate of 15.49. Friday was the misfit of the week, as only 15-year Treasury bonds were the ones which were traded the most, which have a coupon rate of 13.50. Now, we also have a Treasury bond auction coming up this week on November 10th on Wednesday, and here are the details. The bond on offer is a 2-year one with a 7.82% coupon rate. The amount on offer is 114.37 billion Tanzanian shillings. Now, the last time a bond like this was auctioned, it had been oversubscribed by 15.359 billion Tanzanian shillings. This means that people were willing to offer more than what the government was asking for. The minimum price to go through the last time was 98.7810, and so for those interested in participating this time around, keep that in mind. As always, we're finishing off with the corporate bonds section. Now, this week there were no corporate bonds which were traded. The graph you see in front of you is supposed to give us a breakdown of how much of the value that was traded during the week and the corresponding coupon rates. And so now obviously the coupon rates paid with corporate bonds are the ones paid by the companies which originally issued the bond. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I hope this video has been informative and insightful, and as well as brought value to you. Now feel free to interact with A Trader in any of our social media platforms and contact us in case of any other queries. Have a great week ahead, and karibuni sana.